When Catherine finally learned what had happened, probably from a servant rather than her own son Henry, she understood immediately. This wasn't just a simple government reorganization. This was a bureaucratic coup. For 3 decades, Catherine de' Medici had been the spider at the center of France's web. She'd ruled as regent for her son Charles IX when he was just 10 years old. She'd maintained her power even after he came of age. When Charles died at 23, some even whispered she'd poisoned him, though no evidence ever surfaced. She then smoothly transitioned to controlling his brother, Henry III. Foreign ambassadors knew that to negotiate with France meant negotiating with Catherine. The Venetian ambassador once wrote that the king defers to her in everything. Now, at 69 years old, she commanded nothing, not even the attention of her own son. Meanwhile, in her chest, something was building. Not just fluid, though that was accumulating too, slowly filling the space between her lungs and chest wall. But pressure. Political pressure, physical pressure, the kind that makes every breath feel like drowning in reverse. The physicians called it pleurisy, an inflammation of the lining around the lungs. Today, we'd recognize it as one of the most agonizing respiratory conditions possible. Every breath triggered stabbing pain. Every cough felt like being run through with a sword, and it was only getting worse. But here's what made September 1588 so particularly cruel. Catherine couldn't rest. She couldn't just retreat to her bed and focus on fighting the disease that was slowly killing her. Because France was falling apart, and even if her son wouldn't listen to her anymore, she couldn't stop trying to save it. To really understand Catherine's desperation, you need to understand what had happened to France. By late 1588, the Catholic League, led by Henry, Duke of Guise, had become more powerful than the crown itself. This wasn't an exaggeration, it was a mathematical fact. The League controlled Paris, most of northern France, and had the complete loyalty of the Catholic majority. King Henry III, by contrast, controlled, well, almost nothing. This set the stage for one of the most dramatic showdowns in French history. If you want to know how this all played out, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.